Everyone, this is Dragonlord and welcome back to episode 7 of Beacon Pines. From where we caught up, we are going to go back this direction so we can try out this one, what I haven't done yet, which is Flight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Oh, I can't believe that one. Oh, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. You jerks. And they're gone. Right, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnel.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice.
Are you
Chapter
telling
5.
Are you telling me the ice area was so close by, but no one noticed the ice?
They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
That was actually pretty badass. I think we lost them. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. And what's up with the Winter Wonderland? I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Like, how do you uplift an entire house and move it?
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. 2 faint seams were visible along the surface.
So we know what this is, but this version of Luca does not. The manhole cover. If it is, I've never seen one like it. Go back this way. Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
That bozo Kerr. Hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? Never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
You gotta keep moving. Yep. Another map. Back this way then. What's the readout? Sitting above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Nah, still within safe ranges. Maybe spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. What's all this? What to say with all this snow? I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out letters under there. What town could this even be? There could be another town this deep into Weepwood. Looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1. Snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna throw a snowball, people.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
Like, how did they replicate this, like, the same street and everything? This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How do we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where did all the snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. Pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape, look up. The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. This stuff look familiar to you? Looks like the barrel near the puddle there. Shoved me into it.
The fencing glistened, each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
It's like the stuff they put up around Weepwood. The stuff who put up? I don't know. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
And here it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, you know, swim run.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, dude. This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We're not going to save the day. We're not even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed. And everyone we ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a good idea to stop around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a
The
bit.
boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If
We
not
could
for
have broken
exhaustion,
into
their
Mr.
minds would
Pig's
be
house.
racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
The snow covered everything over. It's kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Ah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. Second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. That's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Geez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into fight?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together. Laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn. With his perfect little life. My life's not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Oh, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and she even likes you. And she already likes you. You have Tish.
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
Love Tish. Tish is great. She ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know.
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get that impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh, it must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all this.
Luca's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't all bad.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Luca snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive.
Obviously,
The day
Dad.
he chose to abandon us. Luca
Then he
turned
died?
to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister.
Remember, going through all these lines, we're getting more and more of what happened the day of Luca's dad
He
left.
could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this.
The Valentines do now.
Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs.
Whoops.
Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca? Is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all.
Oh, a way of keeping
Luca
your
placed the
kids
stethoscope
happy.
against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from
I feel
Luca's
so
ears.
sad. I feel absolutely
Listen to me,
devastated.
Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise. Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Never to be seen again. Hello?
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head.
Oh, how rude!
From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off
Whether
me!
it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
What do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two have certainly caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. You just sleep. Mind your own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
big-hatted, scarfy-necked furball? Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend, an observer, a hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? For knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here, one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
With the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Oh, wait. Nat's a dude. Very well. I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their
Just
eyes.
switch to a masculine sounding voice. I'm sorry. Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open
For a
them.
brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weekwood, or we teleported to some alternative universe, or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. You both grew up here, but the town you've called home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You'll need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. McGurney looked around uncomfortably. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is to uncover.
Matt narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Did you say the source like that? Why, indeed.
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
Ridiculous. There's no way they
He
could.
looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home.
He
it's
sprinted
full
off into the pale
sprinted.
distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out,
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weepwood.
Chapter 6. The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to Perennial Harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know. Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone.
They even
A dry
moved the
whisper
whole tree.
escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time, I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone, in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. No favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
You gave me the slip like that. What if I couldn't find you, you
He
jerk?
finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
You gotta hide. 259K. All off distance, still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. It doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. People who loved them will never know the truth. Truth is
He bent down to
overrated.
scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Haha, weirdo. I was about to say, why did he just Michael Jackson his way out of the scene? Here I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses are out here literally dancing on graves.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
Iggy gave
advice.
Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey, who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow crying like some pushover. Who you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to perennial harvest. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to that precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. What if it's too big to
Iggy
smash?
flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. Off we go. Getting awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no, do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Oh, shucks, now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. I'm gonna keep that. Oh, I can't keep it. Wait a minute. This is the original town, that means.
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids. The good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rollo's chicken coop. You guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as incendiary decoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the look on your faces. Rolo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried him under that tree. But when I came back for him later, they were gone. Figured some grown-up found them and tossed
Iggy
them.
triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out, it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. You think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who's in a way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I'm always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast-off, loser. Broken. Just like this whole stinking place.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! Echo, 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 echo. Whoa! I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. Why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole? How do we smash a hole? This car. Oh, it's much more than that, my little annoying little friend. God, where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Oh, safer than you two at least. It's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you? You're the one not dressed for the weather, Kerr.
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
Really something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heavens no! My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
Really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you're destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. You happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. Makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a
Kerr
bit.
snapped his fingers.
Need change. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smoking? Does I have a box full of fireworks and you don't?
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you, regret is one of my specialities. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I am an exceptional liar. That's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
You fool! Call off your goons!
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from you. They just reversed. The red pandas just reversed
into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What? Like
With a
this?
nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Ooh.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca. Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
Reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call him back. How, what channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference, they're always listening. If you do that, the clipballs are just gonna haul us up and snag us both. The only way you get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why did you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Life? I'll have you know, I still play 25. I can still play 25? You should have heard me sing the part of Phineas Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
I don't know. Can you believe this guy? Oh, I need this one.
His hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
Gonna kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. No, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's the only way out of this mess. 2 birds with 1 stone. Makes sense for us to pull together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
Calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. They're only gonna give me one choice, or am I gonna... I guess it's gotta be accept.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The 2 silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Got all those bottle rockets. Well, goodbye, Iggy. Oh, there's Nat. Luca, you should really step back. Quickly. Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have just been the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me just what happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempus liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself, but doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and the firework makes the whole freeze over? That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case. Oh, we certainly know what that looks like.
We have some idea what that would look like.
Oh yeah, we do. It will take them a good while to safely break through and access Source again. You know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was just to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder, Revenge Served Cold, Second Time's a Charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Say refuse just gives us the other option. Shame's there. This is the best one so far. Hum is one we haven't done yet. If I use refuse, it'll just, end poorly, I think. I think I'll do this one if I need to, but at this point of time, I think I have what I need to continue this one. So, I think I'll do this one next episode. I've already gone for a little longer than normal, but that's because I was playing the whole chapter out. The whole line. I think I'll leave this here. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye!